So obviously, most of you heard yesterday afternoon. I actually didn't hear it for a couple hours afterwards. Was out running around, but that John Allen has a torn pec, out for the year.
That
I
is
think
crusher.
I think probably many of you saw the play where he kind of rolls around on the ground, grabs his pec. I think shortly afterwards he walked off. I don't quite understand how you could tear a pec. I mean, I know that those guys are just battling and just so I understand tearing a pec like bench pressing, shoulder pressing or something, but I don't understand it. When you're playing.
Was it
I
from
know
a
you use
fall
it.
onto the ground, or was it during like hand fighting?
Well, I'm
like
sure they were hand fighting.
Yeah.
You saw them roll down. Like obviously something happened,
I
but
mean, these are
just
big,
a devastating.
That's how
injury.
strong the guys are,
powerful dudes, like battling each other and just.
I guess
These guys are beasts.
I wonder if it was sore or like on the verge of sort of popping before. I'm very curious about
I was told
it.
that when he came off the field, he didn't think it was that serious.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't look like he was distraught.
Yeah. So
But we can ask him all about it. He's going to join us at 9 a.m. today.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm definitely going to ask him. I feel for him. He's out for the year. USA Today has a little article, and they talk about, John's been here for a long time, been a model employee. He did have a moment last year, I think it was, where he was super frustrated, and he questioned whether or not he even wanted to be here. But
I'm sure he was echoing the
that was
sentiment
after
of his
the Giant
teammates.
game.
Like,
that was after the Giant game, wasn't it?
He was frustrated. But he's been here for like 8 years. He's finally waiting for a good team, and it appears that we have a decent team. Even though the Ravens put it to us pretty good, we have a decent team this year. Can be competitive and beat some teams. It sucks.
Next man up. I mean,
Does suck
look,
for
they
him.
drafted Johnny Newton, so they have more depth than usual. So you're going to probably see a lot more of Fedarian Mathis and Johnny Newton. I watched a clip of Dan Campbell talking about the loss of Aiden Hutchinson. Reporters like, is this going to hurt your chances to win a Super Bowl? Do you think you have enough to win a Super Bowl without Aiden Hutchinson, who leads the NFL in sacks with 7.5? He'll be out for the year with his broken tibia, I believe.
Broken leg.
Yep, left leg.
And he was like, it's the reality. It's next man up.
Yep.
We
They're
believe
used
we
to
have
it.
enough. So
No,
same
but
thing
when you
for the
lose, like,
Commanders.
Pro Bowl caliber, and Hutchinson's one of the best pass rushers. Might be the best
Of
in
course.
the league. It just crushes you.
The problem
I'm
is Jonathan,
looking at it from John's
Oh,
perspective.
yeah, it
not
sucks
the
for
team.
him.
Yeah. Not looking at it
Jonathan
from the team.
Allen gets double teamed a lot. And so, next man up. But I'm not sure you're going to be able to stop the run. Not that they were stopping the run.
Well,
with Jonathan
it
Allen,
certainly made it more difficult.
This is going to affect their defense.
They're hyping up Johnny Newton, and that he slipped, and they can't believe they got him where they got him and everything. Of course, he's had he had 2 little operations to fix his feet or whatever the hell was going on there. He certainly hasn't hit his stride yet. Listen, I don't put a ton of stock in PFF grades, but Johnny Newton was their lowest rated defensive player, against the Ravens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's far from.
The question is, can they take the
ready.
snaps? Because Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne take a lot of snaps.
Well, they produced that this year. But
that's true. That's because they added Newton and Mathis. But the fact that they still take a lot of snaps, and these guys are going to have to step up and take equal amount of snaps, that's going to affect them. It will.
But again, just from a personal standpoint, feel bad for John. He's been coming on our show for several years now, and he had a couple sacks, starting to come on a little bit, and it just sucks to lose it for
He's
the
just
year.
going to have to be there on a T-shirt on the sidelines, just watching every week.
Jason was
Which
talking about
sucks.
double team percentages. This is from PFF on October 9th, so it doesn't include the last game. And I'm not sure if it was for just 1 week or for the season to date. Deron Payne had been double teamed on 54.3%.
That's a lot
of his snaps. But Jonathan Allen wasn't that far behind. Jonathan Allen double teamed on 49.3%.
Yeah, basically half
snaps.
the time. I mean,
I think those numbers were bigger this past week too.
So 50% of the time, the guys are getting doubled. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That means the other guy. That's why honestly, guys like Bobby Wagner and Frankie Lubin, those guys are making plays. It's kind of also, I mean, they know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind
They're
of by
well
design.
aware.
That's why you need those guys to make plays.
Basically 4-on-2. It's 4 offensive linemen typically, or at least on 50% of these snaps, against 2 interior linemen in Deron Payne and Jonathan
I don't know how
Allen.
these guys can deal with it. I would be so frustrated. But, the great ones, are great for a reason. But can you imagine being double teamed every time?
Oh.
And sometimes, I mean, these guys are huge. John's a huge guy, and sometimes they're thrown around like rag dolls.
Well, I mean, offensive linemen, they can be like 350 pounds.
Yeah.
Get two of them against you.
It's crazy.
Well, think how good somebody like Dexter Lawrence is. So Dexter Lawrence, the interior lineman for the Giants, I think has 7 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
And according to this, he's been double teamed 65% of the time.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And some guy, and I don't know who this is from Houston.
I got Chris Jones has to be
yeah,
doubled all the time too.
Do you know Folarunsu Fotukasi?
I don't know if I've ever heard the name before.
I'm sure he's probably doubled.
89 run defense snaps, 64 run defense snaps versus 2 or more blockers. Double team rate, 72%.
Well, he's clearly a problem, a handful.
Just getting back to the PFF grades, I'm just kind of curious. Again, I don't put a ton of stock in it because they don't know the assignments. They're just kind of guessing. But Mike Sanistril, defensively, highest rated guy. That's good for him because he's been coming along, right? I think by most people you could say, even to a casual observer, he started slow this year. Learning curve was maybe higher than anticipated, but had his first career interception, the first interception for the team. He had a 75 rating from PFF. Bobby Wagner, who, I mean, it's obvious. I understand why Drab was okay to see him go. He doesn't cover a lot of ground, but he's a vet. Seems to be in the right space, and if you're in his box,
right,
he's gonna bring you down.
Well, plus what he brings to the locker room, too, as far as like culture and leadership.
But he was their second highest ranked player defensively. Javante Jean-Baptiste, third ranked. Dante Fowler and Cleveland Farrell round out.
Jean-Baptiste suffered an injury too, so hopefully he's okay to go.
I think Farrell was his first game back since like week 2 or something.
Yeah.
And I felt his presence just watching it on television. Offensively, again, take these for whatever they're worth. They don't know the assignments, but you would guess, and you would be right, Jaden Daniels, highest rated guy offensively for the Commanders. Terry McLaurin right there with him, both with 78.6 ratings. Noah Brown is third highest. Cornelius Lucas and Tyler Biotish, Cakes, are your top 5.
I thought the offensive line played well against the Ravens.
Yeah, most of those guys are up there. The lowest rated offensive lineman, your boy, Cakes, Andrew Wiley.
That's my guy?
Down there at
He's
the
my
bottom.
boy all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's your buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were they rotating?
I think so, yeah, because Coleman played 30
Lucas
snaps.
and Coleman, right?
Yeah, they both basically played half the time.
Yeah.
Coleman played 30 snaps. Cornelius Lucas played 29. Let me see. The guys that played every snap, if you're curious offensively, obviously Jaden, Tyler Biotish, who everybody's raving about, Sam Cosmi, who's kind of coming into his own and rewarded, Nick Allegretti, and the aforementioned Andrew Wiley. Couple off-field.
Don't you think the interior of the line
been markedly better?
Yeah, Biotish, Allegretti, and Cosmi. When Cosmi's healthy, he's one of the best guards in the league.
I mean,
those are 2 really good free agent signings.
Yeah.
Allegretti and Biotish. Biotish got the bigger money coming in.
This is what I thought was going to happen when they signed Nick Gates.
Yeah,
it just didn't work.
Yeah, that did not work very well.
All right,
did he find a new home? Where's Nick Gates?
He did. He landed maybe. Can't remember. I saw him sign a deal. I can't remember who it's with.
Eagles.
Valdez, one of your own, is knocking out Skins fans. I don't know what's going on here. Video spread on social media showing a Ravens fan in a Lamar jersey attacking 2 Commanders fans in Baltimore.
It's a pretty disturbing video.
Kicks the first guy.
In the stadium?
No, out on the street.
Okay. Looks like he's a pretty big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He kicks the first guy and then punches him in the face, knocks him out,
just drops him,
and then goes after the second guy. And then there's kind of a mad
they must
scramble.
have been talking trash to each other.
I think the Ravens dude was just super aggressive, and he just saw 2 guys in Commanders jerseys and engaged with them, and then he stole the first dude, dropped him, and the other guy, he just grabbed him and jacked him up against the wall, and I think he hit him once or twice, and then that guy got away, but.
It's frustrating.
Of course, it got filmed, and I think I saw he's already been fired from his job, good, and he could be brought up on charges. He should be brought up on assault charges.
That's assault for sure.
I think somebody said it's potential felony assault charges
for sure. You can't just knock out guys like
and
that.
his team won the game. Why are you in
Well,
such
he's out of his mind.
why are you in such a foul mood when your
Wait.
team just won a game?
He's
He's a
clearly
loser.
out of his mind.
He
I
probably
mean,
had 50 beers.
high as a kite or had 100 beers,
Probably had
whatever
50
it is.
beers at the game, and he was on a warpath.
Yeah. So hopefully
You know
they're
what?
They'll catch him.
Please put him in prison.
Well, yeah, you can see all the social media
I
things.
mean, you're laughing like, why? That guy should be.
Oh, he should go to jail. I
should
don't know,
go to jail.
prison, but jail. Yeah.
I mean, I think he's going to get real jail time.
You can see, you know,
I mean, you
his
could-
name. He's a producer and sales executive, or was a producer and
yeah.
sales
I
executive.
mean, you could kill
Have you
somebody
not seen the
by
video,
just
Jason?
hitting him in the head like that, dude. Like,
Jason hadn't seen it, so here's your reaction.
He's an idiot.
Big dude, and he's got his buddy filming him from behind.
Right, his
But
buddy's,
look,
like,
knocks
egging
that
him
guy
on.
out cold, and then then he brags like, "I never lose."
right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going to lose when he's doing jail time.
What an
The
idiot.
mayors, were you guys aware of this? The mayors did their wacky little bit
Oh,
where they
no,
were
they did
betting.
that? Oh.
Yes.
Such an awful bit.
Let me see. The Baltimore mayor is Brandon Scott. Apparently, he started it. He posted a video on Twitter with a message to our brothers and sisters in D.C. When the Ravens win, he wants Muriel Bowser to declare Scott's birthday as Baltimore Club Music Day.
That sounds lame.
And he
whatever
said
that
he
is.
also wants to give DC's mayor to give the Baltimore mayor whatever kind of crab cakes you guys actually have in DC.
Oh, he's joning.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
Joning.
And then she accepted it. And she said when the Commanders win, you'd have to declare DC Go-Go Day, and we get your crab case. And then something about the pandas at the zoo or something. I mean,
Pandas
you
are
know.
en route, by
The
the way.
Pandas are coming back. They'll be
Pandas are-
back by 9:30.
Now they're not the same pandas that got shipped to China,
No,
right?
they-
Just different
no.
pandas.
Yeah, it's like those old farts are about to donk off.
Are
man.
they real pandas or are they dogs painted as pandas?
You know what? We'll have to have boots on the ground
I
at the
don't
zoo
know.
to
There's-
check that.
There's a
You remember we talked
controversy.
about that story that there were
No.
like a
Yeah,
couple
there was
dogs.
a Chinese zoo where
Yeah.
they painted the dog like I think it was 2 chow chows. They painted them in
Yeah.
a panda color scheme and put them in
and
a
they s-
habitat, and they tried to hoodwink all the people coming into
I
the
think
zoo.
I was out that day. You
thinking
talked
they're
about.
They were about this
pandas.
big.
I've never heard of
I
that.
doubt it.
I've never heard of that.
I bet you were
well,
here.
it happened.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Are you serious? Why are you trotting out dogs spray painted as pandas?
That's hilarious.
What are we doing here?"
So obviously,
By the way, Muriel Bowser, the mayor, is going to be on the show on Thursday because I believe she's giving the key to the city to Daryl Green.
Very
We're going to have some sort of Daryl Green celebration.
Oh,
so
ahead
we'll
of
talk
his-
to Mayor Bowser on Thursday.
His jersey retirement is this weekend at
Correct.
Northwest Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
well, you
hopefully
think for
while
a 30th we can get a key to the city?
No.
We're not getting that.
You don't think?
No.
History tells me no.
All we do is talk about how we just can't wait to get in our cars and speed out of DC
Right. We
every single
hate
day.
coming into the
You
city.
think-
They're
you
going to give us
think-
keys to it.
They're going to give us the keys. to
You
the
know
city?
what? I don't want
highlight
a key to the city.
You don't want to come in?
I don't want to come in.
I just want somebody to take out this
Hey.
piece of glass out of my foot.
I want
You know
I
what
just
I
want the
want?
honor.
Here's what I want.
Yeah.
My own parking spot. Just give me a parking spot, like right here near the building. Give me an
That you
honorary
don't have to.
parking
that you don't
spot.
have to pay for.
Yeah, sure.
He
That's
definitely
way
doesn't
better
wanna pay
That's
for it.
way better than a key to the city. It's way more valuable. Right?
All right. I guess. I mean,
Dumb key to
I'm,
the city.
I'm fine with my parking right now. I love my
Yeah,
parking.
but you have to pay for it.
It's
I want
okay.
a free parking spot.
It's fine.
You're getting free electricity, though.
I am getting. That is true.
Yeah.
To charge my
JP
car.
and I don't pay for our spots. Just saying.
Well, you do. You tip.
Yeah, you tip
All right,
every
but
month. Yeah, they know.
I don't have to.
They know
I can tip
them.
them, $1 every other day.
I know, but
I
you
barely
do tip them.
I don't nub them.
I don't nub them. I don't think I pay as much as he does.
How much is JP nubbing them per month?
$150 a month, maybe.
I give $100 a month.
Okay.
100 a month.
All right.
You pay less than $100 a month.
Oh, he
Yeah,
definitely
that's
does.
$2 a day.
$2 or
whatever he
$3
does.
$2 or $3 a day.
So he's like $60 tops.
No. It's $2 or $3 a day to for the drop off and the pickup.
it's like
And the
$5
good news
a
day.
is, and the good news
So it's
is,
about
you,
$100.
about
you
100,
get
you're
it
close.
back in food you steal from the hotel.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. It's
There you
very,
go.
you're
Yeah.
subsidizing.
Hey, good point.
It's a great scam.